Anu and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. Today I am sharing with you a super cute tutorial, which is a handbag. I'm into making handbags again. You know it. And today I wanted to share with you a handbag for beginners, something that is really quick, something that takes only single crochet and chain, and something that doesn't need a lining yet has a lining. Right? You like it? I like it too. So first of all, it is lined with something that is already made. So I purchased it's kind of a tote plastic transparent bag, which is super cheap. I will post the link where I purchased it from Amazon in the info box down below. So I cut the handles, I'll show you how to make it, and then you will need for that a hole puncher, just a basic hole puncher that you use for crafting, for bullet journaling and all that. I cut the handles of that cheapy weepy tote bag. I punched holes all around the border. I created my envelope for my bag, and then I attached it to the plastic lining through those holes. You want to know how it looks? Here it is. It is fantastic. I love it. I created it in just a couple of hours. I used fairly thick yarn and 8mm crochet hooks, I think. Yes, 8mm crochet hooks for this tutorial, and I purchased the handles at Joann Fabric or Michaels. I cannot remember. But I will also try to put the link and put everything that I use of the materials in the info box down below. As usual, you will be able to win all the materials to create the tutorial today. So to participate, just be subscribed to my channel and post a comment down below in the comment box. What else can I tell you? Big news, I have created a second channel, one for knitting. It's just the beginning and I'm beginning from the start. So I'm posting tutorials about the basic knitting skills you need to know to begin to knit. And if you want to join me on my new crochet journey, here is the address and the link to my new channel. Come and visit me and subscribe and join the new baby, the new knitting family. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Of course, it takes me time, so between the crochet channel and the knitting channel, it is a little bit of a juggling act and other things that I do in my life. So be patient with me. I might post instead of every week, every 10 days on each of my channel, but I am continuing both of them now. I am also working on a website that will host my written patterns for my knitting channel, the same way I have a blog here for my written patterns for my written patterns for the crochet channel. Here is the address if you do not know it. If you're not subscribed to my crochet channel, what are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button, click on the little bell to be notified every time I post something new. Here are all my social media, which will grow since I have my new channel. I will add a few things in the few next weeks. Yeah, so super stylish. Love this bag. Super easy to make. And yeah, so if you are interested in creating this amazing, fashionable, easy to make, already lined handbag, then keep on watching. And in the meantime, happy crochet, and I will see you next time. Bye! For this tutorial, I used 2 skeins of the Loops and Threads Sparkle Luxe yarn in the color Champagne. I love this yarn because it's soft while being sturdy, and it has a little sparkle thread running through it that makes it extra special. Super pretty. It suggests using an 8mm crochet hook, and that is what I ended up using. And on top of it, I used a tiny one to be able to pass it at the end through the holes of the plastic lining. I also used some scissors, a tapestry needle, and a set of 2 beautiful handles. I will put all the information about all the material in the info box down below. For the lining, I used this plastic tote bag that I found on Amazon, and I will put the information where to find it in the info box down below. I really like it because it is sturdy and it has a zipper. The bottom is wider than the top, and I love that. So to figure out how much we need to cast on, I just measured the bottom of my bag and it was about 11 inches in total, and that is the length of the bottom, and then in width it was about 6 inches. And of course these measurements are important for your bag to fit the lining. Of course you can use other lining bags, but just make sure to measure it and match the number of stitches for your bag. Take your crochet hook and your yarn, make a slip knot, your 8mm crochet hook, and you're going to begin to chain the amount of stitches to get about 10 inches in total, 10.5 inches. For me, it was 27 stitches in total. So I actually made 28 chains because I will single crochet in the second chain from my hook. Take your measuring tape and measure as you go along until you get to 10.5 inches. Once you have 10.5 inches for my pattern, you're going to begin to single crochet in the second chain from your hook. And single crochet in each and every chain of your hook. That's the first row of your work. And we are creating the bottom part of your bag. Alright, single crochet and I will meet you at the end of your first row. You should have 27 stitches in total. Here you are at the end of your first row. We're going to finish it, we're going to turn around and continue making rows and rows of single crochet, creating a rectangle. The bottom part will be made with rows and rows of single crochet. So you're going to finish one row, turn, do another row and another row, and I will meet you at the end of your 11th row. Here is our rectangle. We are at the end of our 11th row and we are not going to fasten off. We're going to see that it matches the bottom properly. Yes, it does. A little shorter on the edges because right now we're going to make one single crochet row all around this rectangle. And so you are at your row 12. You're going to chain one, turn your work around and make one last row of single crochet, and you will not turn at the end. Alright, you are at the end of your row 12. Do not fasten off, do not turn. Just make sure that it matches the bottom, and it does perfectly. Very happy with the bottom, the length and the width. Nice. In the corner stitch, which is the last stitch of your row 12, you are going to make 2 single crochets. And now instead of turning, we are going to pick up single crochets along the narrow side of your work, and we're going to pick up 11 single crochets in total. When you reach the last stitch, you're going to make 2 single crochets in that corner stitch, in the same stitch. 1, 2. And then you're going to pick up single crochets on the opposite side of your rectangle. 27 single crochets in total. And I will meet you at the end of when you have 27 single crochets. We're single crocheting all around our rectangle. Once you reach the corner, you're going to make 2 single crochets in the corner stitch and then pick up 11 single crochets on the narrow side of your rectangle. You are done with your rectangle. You made a single crochet all around it, and it matches the bottom of your bag perfectly still. And now we are going to begin to crochet the body of your bag. you're going to chain 1, and you're going to pick up the back part of your loop only, and you're going to single crochet right there all along the long side of your bag. And since you added a single crochet at the corner, now you should have 29 stitches in total. So you're single crocheting but only picking up the back part of your loop, that part there, and that is going to give you that beautiful 90-degree angle between the bottom of your bag and the body of your bag. And I will meet you at the end of your first row on the long side of your rectangle. See that 90-degree angle? That's what you want. And you're done with your first row. This is what your first row will look like. Finish it by making a single crochet in the last stitch, which is the extra corner stitch you had made. And then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work around. Right, so for row 2, turn your work around and single crochet in each and every one of the 29 stitches. And this is what you're going to do from round 2 to round 29, back and forth, a row, chain 1, turn, a row of single crochet, chain 1, turn, another row of single crochet, and I will meet you once you have 29 rows in total. Here you can very well see the angle between the bottom and the body. That's what you want. Alright, continue back and forth making rows of single crochet until you reach the top of your bag. As I said, for me it was 29 rows in total. Here we go, so we have one side done and then the bottom as well. And now we are going to fasten off and we're going to tackle the second side. With the right side of your work facing you, go to the right corner at the bottom of your rectangle, the base right there, and join in the corner stitch. Chain 1, single crochet in that same corner stitch, and then single crochet in the back loop only 29 times. And you're going to repeat the row 1 to row 29 to mimic the other side of the bag. So it's the second panel. And at the end of this 29th row, you're going to fasten off. Make sure that your crochet wraps your bag the way you want it. So from the bottom to the top until you reach the top of the plastic lining. Looks perfect to me. And now time to crochet the side panels. Super easy. I'll show you how to do it. Take your yarn and your crochet hook and you're going to join at the first single crochet on the right side of your narrow part of your rectangle. You have 11 single crochet in total. Join with your yarn, chain 1, and only in the back loop make single crochets. You're going to chain 1, turn your work around, and you're going to make 29 rows of single crochet working on those 11 stitches. And I will meet you once you have 29 rows in total. Once you have 29 rows, you fasten off and you repeat on the other side of the narrow part of the rectangle. This is what your work will look like. We're so close to being done, guys. So easy, right? So now what you're going to do is sew sides 1 to sides 2 together, either sewing or crocheting, slip stitching. So now you can slip stitch the long sides together, or you can use a tapestry needle. Surprise, surprise, for this project I just felt like using my tapestry needle. So I took some yarn, my tapestry needle, and I sewed in the sides together. So each narrow side was sewn to the long side to create the kind of bag, rectangle envelope for our lining. All right, once you have sewn all the sides together, turn your bag to the right side, so right side facing you. This is what it should look like. So it's sewn there, the long sides to the short, narrow sides. So you just finished creating what is going to go around your lining, but now it's loose, so you still need to attach it to the plastic part, and that will make your bag super sturdy. And once you have attached it to your bag, you will also attach it to your handles. We still have one last step to do together before you can attach your crochet part to the plastic one. Slide your lining inside your crochet bag just to make sure that the size is right, and then continue. So take your bag and slide your lining in it. Okay, it fits. Let's continue now. Alright, so now the last step for your body is one round of single crochet all around your bag, just to make it a little bit narrower at the top, and I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to take the stitch right at the beginning of one of the long part. So after the right narrow part, you're going to single crochet in the first one of the 29 single crochet from your long part, and you're going to join your yarn, of course, and you're going to make 4 single crochet. Then you're going to skip a stitch and again make 4 single crochets, and that is what you're going to do along those 29 stitches. Single crochet 4, skip 1, single crochet 4 until you reach the narrow part. So 4 single crochet, skip the 5th, 4 single crochet, skip number 10, 4 single crochet, skip number 15, 4 single crochet, skip number 20, 4 single crochet, skip number 25. All right. So you're going to decrease by 5 stitches. When you reach the narrow part of your bag, right there, you had 11 stitches in total. We're going to decrease, turning each 2 stitches into 1. So we're going to do it 5 times. Narrowing the narrow side. Then when you reach the long side again, you're going to repeat doing 4 single crochet and skipping the 5th one until you reach the second narrow part, and then you're going to decrease, turning each 2 stitches into 1 when you reach the second narrow part. And then when you reach your first stitch, you're going to slip stitch with the first single crochet for this round, unifying the top of your bag and making it a slightly bit narrower than the bottom to give it that shape. Alright, so at the end of that round, slip stitch with the first single crochet you had made, and then you are going to fasten off, sew in all the loose tails in the back of your work, and now it is time to attach this to your bag. But for that we have to prep the little plastic tote bag. So take your plastic tote bag, and I decided to cut those handles. I didn't like them, they're pretty ugly. Here we go. Much better. Now we're going to place evenly about 24 little dots evenly on each side of the long side of your bag, and on the narrow side of your bag you're going to have about 5 dots evenly placed. Then you're going to take a hole puncher, you know, the one that you use for crafts, and you're going to make a hole right on top of where you had put your little dot, about, I would say, 1 centimeter from the top of your lining. And once you have all your holes, then your bag will be ready to begin to attach the crochet part to it, and I will show you how to. Okay, so now that you have holes all around the top of your lining, you're going to slide the lining inside your crochet bag, and you will need 2 different needles for that, because the thick wooden bamboo needle will not go through those little holes. So take a tiny crochet hook, one that fits through the holes you just punched. Remember, after one round around the top of your bag, we didn't fasten enough. So take that tiny crochet hook, pass it through your loop, and go through the first hole on the right side of the front of your bag. Pass it through the loop, yarn over, and back through the loop. Okay, now you have 2 loops on your tiny crochet hoop. Pull up so those loops are not too tight, because you're going to have to slide them back to your big hook, or else the stitch will be too tight and it will look really awkward. Yarn over and through both of the loops on your hook with the big crochet hook. And that is what you're going to be doing really all around. It's a little tedious, but it is so worth it. So here, with the small crochet hook, pass it through the next stitch, through the next hole, yarn over and back through the hole and through the stitch. You have 2 loops, switch to the next bigger crochet hook. Pass those 2 loops on the crochet hook. It's a little tricky, not going to lie. You can do it. Yarn over and through both of the loops. And you're going to do that all around your bag, matching stitch to stitch, hole to hole. Alright, so once you are done doing this all around your bag, this is the way your bag will look like. It's so cool. The plastic is really secured. Attached to your crochet bag, you're going to slip stitch in the first stitch you had made, the first single crochet you had attached to your bag, the beginning of your round. Slip stitch. And then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to make 4 single crochets. And you're going to grab your handles, your beautiful handles, the handles of your choice. Those are the one I chose. Place them hanging down like so. Flush to your next stitch. Pass your crochet hook through the ring, through the stitch, yarn over back through the stitch and through the ring. You will have 2 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over through both of the loops. Now you're going to repeat for the next stitch. Pass through your ring, through the next stitch, yarn over back through the stitch and through the ring, yarn over through both of the loops, again in the next stitch. This ring will be attached through 3 stitches. Through the ring, through the stitch, yarn over, back through the stitch and through the ring, yarn over through 2 loops. And just like that, one part of your handle is sturdily attached. It will not go anywhere. And then you are going to single crochet in the few next stitches. You can leave your handle hanging like for now. This is the way it will look. Here you go, single crochet in the next stitch, 1, until you have 7 stitches left from the opposite side of the front of your bag. Because you're going to use those 3 stitches to attach the other side of your handle. Take the other side of your handle, making sure you do not twist it, and repeat the steps placing the ring flush to your work and crocheting through the ring, through the next stitch, yarn over, back through the stitch to the ring, the same way we had done 3 times through 3 stitches. Say that really fast 10 times. Through 3 stitches. Then you're going to end this side by single crochet in the next 4 stitches, 1 handle attached, and you're going to single crochet your way from the side to the other side of your bag, through the other side of your bag, and you're going to repeat with the second handle and attach the second handle, and you are done, my friends. You just created this beautiful, fashionable, trendy bag. It looks a little bit like a Chanel bag if you ask me, and it is lined with super sturdy plastic. You can really fill it up with stuff. I think my laptop fits in it too, and it's really secure because it has a zipper, so super good for pickpockets as well. I really love this handbag. I hope you love it as much as I do, and I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial as much as I have enjoyed creating it for you. I'm looking forward to many more, and in the meantime, happy crochet. Love you. Bye. A little closer. Yeah. Oh la la, ooh la, the light is coming on fast and furious. I am a mess as usual. So you begin. It is blah blah blah. Click on the sub. No. Also don't hesitate.